Hey, what's up, Romeo and the Saturday Night Online crew? Thank you for having me again. I guess you must have really loved my answers, or you just didn't have anybody else to ask questions to. But either way, thanks for having me again. I'm gonna start with more questions. This is Addie from Grand Island, Nebraska. If your career wasn't in music, what could you see yourself doing? Something with people, because I love talking to people. Maybe social work. I would have gotten mad at that. I would have found people in their houses and done horrible things, because if I found that they did something horrible to someone, so I wouldn't have been a good social worker. I don't know, or dogs. Like, I love animals as well. Like, maybe like a vet or like a assistant or something like that. That would have been fun. Andrew from New York City, would you ever consider starring in a Broadway show? Yes. And do you have a favorite musical? Ooh. Now, Andrew from New York City, there's a lot of different vibes of different musicals. Like, there's fun ones, like, Moulin Rouge, which is awesome, which I think they should make that into a musical. And I want to be in it. And I love Funny Girl. I've always been a fan of Funny Girl. That's one of my favorites. I just love her personality in it. Barbra Streisand, obviously, killer. She's awesome. But yes, I hope to do Broadway one day when I can have time to do that. Jen from Hoboken, New Jersey. I just love that name. Okay. Hoboken. What is the one thing you regret? Even like my worst relationships in life, or songs that you were like, ooh, shouldn't have done that. Like, anything, like, I still love that I did it, because you learn from everything, so I don't really regret anything. I think everything kind of happens for a reason. I'm very hippy-dippy like that, so, but I have eaten something, though, and been like, oh, wish I wouldn't have eaten that, but really, I was glad I ate it. Okay, Ben from Knoxville, Tennessee. If you could hang out with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and why? Everybody always asks me this, and I don't know. I never feel like I have someone awesome to, like, ask. I guess maybe Joan of Arc, because I kind of think that, I've read a couple books on her, and I think she's very intriguing to me. She kind of seems crazy, but she seems crazy spiritual as well, which I just want to know which one she was. But, and yeah, I just think she was kind of a cool figure for women as well, especially back then. Anyway, maybe her. Morgan from Naples, Florida. Do you ever get sick of performing? I definitely have days where I'm not feeling so well. Those are random usually. Those aren't very often. But even if I feel like crap before I go on stage and I'm like, oh, I'm dreading going on stage, once I get on stage, I'm super excited and I have a good show. There's usually only like one show out of the year where I'm like, I really wish I could crawl in a hole and not be on stage. And that's if I'm like really ill or something, or just having a girl moment. All right. Bridget from Toms River, New Jersey. You have such a powerful voice. Does anyone else in your family sing like you? People in my family sing. Some of them can stay on key. But I don't know. I'm pretty loud. My family, I'm louder than my family. My sister's loud, actually. We're both very loud. But my mom's pretty quiet, so, and I don't know my dad. I don't know, maybe he's loud, but I don't know where I get it from. But I grew up with my mom, and she's super quiet. We are total opposites when it comes to that, so. And she always told me to shut up when I was a kid because I was so loud. Now I'm bet she's glad I can't finish that sentence. Now she's probably glad I didn't shut up because, well, I made something for myself, so that's good. But anyway, Lauren from New Hope, Pennsylvania. What's your favorite TV show? Oh, Lauren, that's so hard. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones right now. Walking Dead I like. See, I don't ever watch TV, but I always watch everything like on my HBO Go, online or on iTunes. So I always watch it like on airplane rides or on the bus or something. So then I catch up on all the shows. And I like a lot of shows. But those are my favorites probably right now. I love Parenthood. I want to be a Braverman, like real bad. Like I want to be a part of that family. You didn't understand that if you don't watch Parenthood, but it's okay because you should be watching it. Blake from Ireland. What are your favorite countries to visit? I love Australia. I love going to the UK. I love South Africa. I love Africa in general. Beautiful continent. I don't know, yeah. And honestly, I'm kind of, as I'm getting older, I think in my 20s, I loved traveling and I always loved going to places overseas. But there's a lot of America that I've maybe toured there, but not really gotten to see or investigate or go out and do some touristy stuff that I've always wanted to do. But so a lot of America, I think we live in a really cool country. Like, we just have a lot of different terrains, and it's just like you can kind of do everything here. So I really love where I live. So there's that. I love Ireland as well, because y'all like to drink. Joanna from Huntington Beach, California. Would you ever consider doing a cover album? If so, what are some covers you would do? I have thought of doing a covers album, but I've had two ideas, which we kind of conquered one of those ideas with. We did this thing called Smokestack Sessions, and we went in the studio, my band and I, and recorded like 12 songs, and we cut it in half and released it like, if people bought the album, it was like a pre-order. If they pre-ordered the album, they got this as well. So that was kind of cool. I got to do a bunch of covers I liked. But I love big band music, and I've always wanted to do a covers like that, like just big band and just some Ella Fitzgerald or Rosemary Clooney or, I don't know, just a lot of different people I like. I'm a huge Bing Crosby fan too, and I like Frank Sinatra. I just think it'd be a fun album to make. But I'd kind of conquered a little bit of that with the Christmas album that's coming out soon. I definitely have some of those vibes on the Christmas album, so I guess I've kind of made both those, but I love covering music, though. I should probably fans are always asking me to do a fan request album, because I have this thing on tour, if you haven't seen it. It's called Fan Request, and we do a different song that a fan in that audience has requested us to play. We cover a different song every show, and people have always asked me to put those together, but maybe we'll do that one day. That was very long-winded. You're welcome. Paula from, I always say this wrong, Waldorf, New York. It's just a weird word. What are some life lessons you've learned over the years of playing music? I guess my big life lesson is making sure I have fun in the moment. I actually just ran into a fellow artist that I'm a huge fan of, Casey Musgraves, and she just started, and she has a great album out. Y'all should go get it. But I just... it was cool to get to ask her like what's going on, with her, because I didn't really have people ever ask me that in the beginning, and people tell me like right off the bat like, hey, making sure you're having fun, and it was all just work. I was a workhorse, and I didn't enjoy a lot of it, and she is, so that's awesome. But I just think it's just one of those things that I think you kind of have to learn over time for some people, especially when you start so young. I was 19, when I started, so that's pretty young, and I guess the biggest life lesson, though, is just to make sure I'm having fun. And I always ask other artists that are up and coming, like, are you making sure you're having a good time and don't get too overwhelmed? And because this business can swallow you whole. Okay, Wes from Detroit, Michigan. Who are your secret celebrity crushes? I never know how to say his last name, but it doesn't matter. I just like looking at him. His name is Henry Cavill, or Cavill. I don't know. But I loved him from The Tudors. He was best friends with the king in The Tudors. Yummy. And he is now the current Superman. Wow. Looks really good in that suit. That's all I'm saying. He's really my only one. I think Gerard Butler's cute too. But I can't steal him from my sister. That's my sister's favorite. Trista from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What's your most memorable performance you've ever put on? Well, a recent one, since you've asked, Trista, is I got to perform on stage with Trisha Yearwood. What? And it was awesome, because I'm a huge fan of hers. She's like one of my favorite vocalists of all time. I think there are a lot of people that can sing in live, but not many people that just have such soul when they sing, and you can almost hear their soul through their voice. It's just a different thing, like they've lived many lives or something, I don't know. But she's one of them for me. I love her. And I got to perform with her at the CMA Fest here in Nashville. And it was my first time ever to do my own, like, country slot, like in a show. And I got to perform my new single that's out and everything. And then she got to watch me, and I was really, really nervous about it. But anyway, so that was really fun. It was a great night, all in all. But, okay. Sorry. Jesse from Santa Barbara, California. Who are your biggest musical influences? Well, Trisha Yearwood's one. Reba's one. Annie Lennox is one. Aretha Franklin. I've always loved Bono and Steven Tyler when I was a kid. Huge, huge fan. Still a fan. Just, I loved his performance. When I was young, like I grew up in church and you weren't allowed to do anything like what he was doing. And I loved that. So, and he was just fun and, I don't know, uninhibited on stage. He was just like fun and free. And I loved that. So, anyway, there's more people that I like musically. Those are a few. Ty from, Kailua, Hawaii. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to say that. Ty from Hawaii. What inspired you to come out with a Christmas album? Is it your favorite holiday? Christmas is, I don't know if I have a favorite holiday, but I do love holidays in general just because you get to bake, and I love baking, and everybody kind of comes together, like friends. You usually have like a friends get together and a family one, and it's just kind of fun. And honestly, because business usually slows down a bit for me, so I get a little more time off around the holidays. So that's why I love holidays. And I love Christmas music. Like, since I was a kid, I listened to, like, Bing Crosby and Mariah Carey's Christmas records, like, in June, like, when I was little. Like, it wasn't Christmas then. And I just love it. I think it's just such great music. Regardless if it's spiritual or just fun little sexy songs like Santa Baby or just pretty songs like White Christmas. Like, I love Christmas music. I think it's so great. And I hope you love the Christmas album because it's my favorite thing I've ever been a part of on the planet. And I got to write on 4 or 5 of the songs. We're still putting together the album right now. But I'm just so pumped about it. We've recorded every song except for one, which is a trio with Reba McEntire and Trisha Yearwood. And I'm very nervous about that because they're so good. And I'm going to be in a studio with both of them singing. Anyway, I just hope you like the Christmas album. It's legitimately like my favorite thing since sliced bread. So hope you like it. Allie from Wayne, Pennsylvania. Where is your favorite place to shop for clothes? Ooh. I'm a big fan of Nordstrom here in Nashville. They just opened one up. I love Free People and Anthropologie. And I like Marc Jacobs. Mainly because I don't have any boobs and he makes shirts for girls with no boobs. I think that's a good Nanette Lepore, I believe that's how you say her name. I love her jackets and some of her dresses are cute. But anyway. Emmy from Altoona, Pennsylvania. That's funny. Altoona. Okay. I have loved you ever since American Idol. Do you think you'll ever write a book about your experience? You know, it's funny. I just had a friend ask me yesterday if I would ever make a movie about my life because a lot of people don't know, like, the backstory or whatever, or a lot that kind of went on even before Idol. So I don't know if I ever would because a lot of those movies kind of, tank. But I don't know. Maybe write a book or something because you would not believe some of the crap that has been said to me. It's amazing. Couldn't make it up. That's how awesome it is. Stan from Kansas City, Michigan. What is your thought process before performing live? Don't suck is usually something I think. I don't really think too much, honestly. I mean, I get out on stage and have a good time. Every show is so different. Like, some nights I'll think I'm going to suck and I actually do really well. And then some nights I'm feeling awesome and it's like, oh, that didn't go as, planned or how I thought it was going to go. So every night is different. You can't, that's the thing about just energy and your voice and everything. You can't really tell till you get out there. So, but most times it's fun. And most times I just walk out there. There's no real plan. If you've been to my show, you could probably tell that there's no real plan. But anyway, Meg from Dallas, Texas. Nicely done, Meg. Do you feel like you've changed since becoming famous? I feel like I just actually had a meeting with my business manager who's been with me since I started, and she was telling me, I just remember, like, you coming in and you were in your it's the first time we had a meeting. It's my first time meeting her, and I came down in sweats. I'm still her. I'm still that girl. So, I don't know. I feel like my personality is still the same, but I do feel like I'm a bit wiser, like, with the industry, and kind of have a better radar or gauge on people, of who to kind of let in the bubble and who to just kind of politely say no thanks to. But yeah, I think I've changed a little bit, but hopefully for the better. But I'll still come down in sweats the first time meeting you, apparently. Bo from Sydney, Australia. What is the hardest part about making a new album? For me, the hardest part is I love so many different styles of music. It is very hard for me to kind of make a cohesive album. I mean, I love everything. Like right now, we're making the next album after the Christmas one too, and it's like some of it's real urban and some of it's super pop rock, some of it's dance, some of it's country, some of it's singer-songwriter. It's just kind of, and luckily my fans, like y'all are really good at like kind of going with me on the journey, because like for my first album was kind of like that too. But it's just kind of, you know, I like to make it a little bit cohesive, and that's the hardest part for me, because I just want to go in and create, and like whatever I create, I just want to put on the album, and sometimes it can't happen like that. So, tear. Kat from St. Petersburg, Florida. What is the last song you listened to? Actually, it was a demo of a song that was sent to me, and it's a really good song, and I just sent it to a producer to see if he liked it to produce it. So actually, that's the last song. But the song before that from another artist was Little Big Town, Your Side of the Bed. Heart-wrenching. I love Little Big Town. There are very few singers that are that talented and sound that great on record and live. Very, very few. And they're one of the bands that sounds really good, so yay. And it's a really sad song, and I like depressing music. I don't know what that says about me. Angela from Midlothian, Virginia. How did your fiance propose? Actually, it was very funny. People, like most people, probably have this big story about how they went out and then it was this big, huge da-da-da. But our big thing is, like, we never get to be home at the same time, generally, especially at that time. We were really, really busy. And we happened to have, like, I think it was 2 or 3 days off in a row, which is, like, what? That's unheard of. So we were at the house, and I was in my PJs and my Uggs, and super relaxed looking, and he had just made steaks for us, and I made some sides, and we were sitting down for dinner, and we were just talking, and we were going through, like, I was just telling him, like, how happy I am, like, I'm excited, like, to start a whole, like, new life, because I've been single for 6 years, which is, you know, it's a change to be single for that long and then be with someone, and anyway, yeah, and then he led right into it, and all of a sudden he was on his knee, and I was looking on the floor because I thought maybe he'd drop something, because I did not see that coming. Well, I didn't think he'd propose to me while I was wearing Uggs, but that's probably the best way, because I'm in comfortable clothes a lot, so. But anyway, it was the best thing ever. I bawled. And then I called my mom, who was like, I can't believe you're getting married. Like, I really can't. And I was like, I know. But I am. Anyway, so Jess from London, what do you like to do in your free time? We go on the lake a lot. Brandon and I love going out on the lake. And he does all the wakeboard, surfing, anything that you could possibly break something, he'll really sign up for. I like to lounge, so I'm a lounger on the lake. I used to do all that stuff, but as I'm getting older, I'm like, that might hurt, so I'm good. But yeah, we do that a lot. Or we just go to movies. We love movies. We just saw Man of Steel. Oh, he's God sent. Like, that guy is hot. Henry Cavill. Okay. Steph from New York City. I read that your next single will have more of a country sound to it. Why the genre change? It wasn't really like a genre change. It was a genre add. We just started making country music because I really love it, and I have a lot of friends in this industry and have for the last 6 years, or 7 now, and I don't know, it just kind of was a natural kind of progression for me musically, but I'm still making pop stuff too. I mean, my next record we're working on, it has both. Like, it's not like I'm not doing pop anymore. I just have a lot of different sides to me musically and even my personality. But yeah, we just came out with Tie It Up. That's my new country single. And I love it because it's about tying the knot. So, and actually one of the writers is a girlfriend of mine, and she was with me the first day I met Brandon, which was years ago. And yeah, it was just really random how she ended up writing that song, and she was actually there the first night we met. And yeah, so it was very, very cool. So I love the song. And it's feisty. You know I like feisty. So, But we're not changing genre, just rather just doing both. And I think that was the last question. So thank you so much, Romeo, for having me, and Saturday Night Online crew. Thank you for having me as well. And thank you so much for the fans for wanting me to do this again. This is fun. I love it. I hope I'm not too long-winded. I am long-winded, but maybe you enjoyed it. I don't know. If you didn't, don't tell me. It'll hurt my feelings. But anyway, I hope to see y'all out. A lot of fans have been asking me about the new single, so I just said Tie It Up is the new country one, and People Like Us is the pop one we're working right now. And everybody's been asking me when I'm going to tour, and we have the Maroon 5 thing coming up. So starting August 1st, I'm touring with Maroon 5. It's like, I'm very excited about this tour. I think it's the biggest tour I've ever been on. Like, other than I toured with Romeo McIntyre. That's pretty freaking huge, so. But in the pop genre, this is my first, like, big tour. So I'm pretty excited. And yeah, I hope y'all come out, and I hope you like the show. So it'll be good. If you haven't seen Maroon 5 live, they're really, really good. So it'll be a double whammy if you're a fan of mine. You'll like them too. So anyway, have a good day, y'all.